Welcome back to Calling Creatives. I've got Melanie here from A Creatively Crafted Life, and we're going to do something special today.
Hi, Nikki. I'm super excited about what we're going to cover today and on Wednesday.
Yes. So we have decided to go ahead and do a counterfeit kit. So what I mean by that is we take a current kit and then use our own supplies to create a kit that's similar or inspired by it. So on my video, we're going to talk about the kit that I made. And then on Melanie's video on Wednesday, we're going to look at her kit and probably compare the two. So I'm excited about this.
Me too. And I have a sneaking suspicion our kits are going to look very different from each other. Hopefully, it encourages you viewers to try something similar with your stash.
Yep. And there's a whole community out there for this. It's called Counterfeit Kit Club. They have a Facebook and a blog. So that's kind of where I got this idea. Had you heard of this before, seeing that club?
I'd kind of seen it on the periphery of my social media feeds, but I hadn't really explored it very much until you had brought up this concept, I think a couple months ago. And I was intrigued then. And so I'm really excited that we're going to give this a try. It's definitely a different way to look at your stash and a good way to realize how much you have that would still work, even if it's not quote unquote current.
Yes, exactly. So disclaimer, I picked this kit and it kind of matches my shirt. Did not plan that. But once I picked this kit and I was going through all of my stash to find the colors that associated to this kit, I started seeing this color scheme everywhere. It was kind of funny. I was texting Melanie, I just want to buy all of the new kits because I want that color scheme, but I have a counterfeit kit already of this color scheme.
So is that why you chose the kit? Was it primarily because of the colors?
It was. So I've been following Vicki Booten on social media more, and I've just kind of been inspired by her work. She does a lot of mixed media, and that's what we talked about last month. But there was one that came across my vision when I was going through AC Digitals, which is American Crafts digital products. And this is an older kit. It's called Wildflowers and Honey. And I just love this color scheme. It's the bright, happy colors. And I feel like right now we're in a very muted color scheme.
Right, absolutely. Because I think I saw like a baby line and it was like browns. It was quite interesting. I was like, okay, not quite my aesthetic. I definitely love the bright colors. I don't know that I naturally gravitate to as bold as Vicky goes, but every now and then it's fun to add a little bit of spice into your normal course of scrapbooking.
Yeah.
So now that we've picked this collection, I'm gonna have to admit that I have used bits and pieces of it in the past. I actually received some of it in the SCT sampler kit when it first came out. And I did go online to see if you could buy it anywhere, and I actually wasn't able to find very much of it.
Yeah, same here. I went and not even like eBay had any of it. And if they did, it was like the ephemera pack or a sticker sheet or, like it wasn't much.
So all the more reason to make a counterfeit one if you really do enjoy the color scheme or the icons or just the overall look of the collection.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. So without further ado, I totaled the amount of paper in my kit and I have 26 sheets, which actually is comparable to what Vicki puts in her own collections, right? She gets 48 patterns, 24 sheets of paper. So I'm kind of impressed that I did that. Now, when I make a counterfeit kit, I do look just kind of at the one side, but there's no wrong way. You can always flip that paper over if you like the pattern on the back better. But I do tend, when I'm building these kits, to only look at one side. What about you?
Yeah, I would have to say I'm similar. I think if you start trying to make sure both sides work, you're going to run into a lot of difficulties trying to get everything to tie together. So I would encourage you, if you struggle with this kind of thing, is just pick the side that works with whatever look you're going for or whatever kit you're trying to counterfeit. And don't worry about the backside. If it does work, great. And if it doesn't, no harm, no foul. You're probably only going to use the first side or the top side or the side that you picked initially anyways.
Right. So breakdown of my kit, right? I have nine multicolored papers.
Wow.
So I was finding this color scheme everywhere. So then I went through and I was like, okay, I need red, orange, yellow, green, turquoise or aqua, blue, and then a black and white.
So I have a question for you before we get into this too deeply. Did you just go through your stash and pull all of those colors or anything that had that color scheme and then narrow it down? Or were you specifically looking for specific patterns as you were going through your stash?
I based it more on color. And then there's a some in here that I was like, oh, this pattern really reminds me of Vicky Booten. And so I
Okay.
pulled that and put it in too. But I went through, I've got my, I don't know if you can see it, 13 by 13 cube back here at the very top.
Yeah.
I pulled down all of my colors and flipped through. But the beginning of my rainbow is always multicolor. So I
Right.
went for the multicolor first, and that's probably why there's so many, because then I go through and I go through by color and see if I can find ones that match.
Very interesting. And if you're interested in how I took approach to this, you're going to have to tune in on Wednesday because I may have done things a little bit differently than Nikki. Of course, right?
So as I was going through my inventory, I pulled out the colors, the multicolor first, and then while I was going through my green, I found a piece of paper for the collection.
Oh, wow.
So here's the piece of paper that I have. This is the only piece of paper I have from the collection. And the backside just so happens to be the cut apart cards.
Ah, okay.
So cut apart cards have all of the colors in there. So
Yeah.
this piece of paper is going to stay at the front of my collection. And then I was also able to kind of test match the colors.
Okay. Okay. So you really did focus on getting the color scheme.
I did. Well, that
Yeah.
was what was inspiring.
Yep. No, makes sense. Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So now
Yeah.
you went and picked the multicolors.
I went and
And
picked
you
the multicolor.
and did you narrow any out of your initial selection? Or did you just say the heck with it, put all of them in there?
No, I probably ended up with 10 and got rid of one. Or like
Okay.
I picked ones that I thought looked good, but then pulled out the ones that I didn't think matched perfectly.
Okay. Cool.
And to be said, like it's not going to be matching perfectly because this is not the collection. This is my own supplies that I have.
Right.
And you just kind of have to get over it. But
Yeah.
my first piece of paper that inspired me, I think just really works well. It is this piece of paper.
Wow.
And
Okay.
the red, the teal, the yellow, and a craft background.
Yeah, that to be honest, that was a color I struggled with was the craft. So
Yep.
that's amazing that you had that in your stash. Who is that sheet by or who's that cardstock by?
I don't know. I cut the branding strip off.
Okay, fair enough. It
So,
kind
but
of has a look of Simple Stories old school, but I
yeah,
very
that
you
or
very
my
well.
mind's eye. I was thinking, I don't know. But also the back works well. It's a teal. So
Oh
like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
for sure. I'm sure someone watching will know exactly where all of these papers came
Yeah,
from.
the back's that teal. And then my second paper is from Graphic 45 and it's Steampunk Debutante Collection. And again, it matches perfectly. It's got a craft background, the teal, and then this dark orange.
And it has butterflies, which is one of
And
her
it has
motifs.
butterflies.
Yep.
Yep. And then the back, which I mean, I still could use, it's still got the same colors, has that steampunk vibe. So I actually kind of want to take out the middle there and gut it,
Yep.
and then my page in there somehow.
Cool.
Very exciting. 9 multicolors
Yeah.
in here. So the next is butterflies, and it's red, orange, and yellow.
Okay.
That is very lightweight. So it's not really even cardstock, it's paper.
Okay.
And I try to just because I like the weight of it, but every once in a while there's a pattern that I just can't get rid of because I don't have a replacement.
Yeah, I hear
And that's
you.
one of these papers.
Yeah.
So that's another multicolor.
Okay, and a stripe, which is good because she has quite a bit of stripe motifs in her collection. So
Yeah.
that's a very good fit.
Can you tell I really liked the red of this collection? Every piece so far had the red in it.
Which is fun because usually, I find a lot of collections end up with red as Christmas, and then it doesn't necessarily translate too often throughout the rest of the year, except for maybe Valentine's.
Exactly. Now this next piece matches, but it doesn't. Like it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. but it has hexagon, which
Okay.
Wildflower and Honey, you know, you've got bee theme. It still has the blue, the turquoise, the orange, and the yellow. It just doesn't have red.
So very, if you had to do a swap, like if you were to say what paper would this be represented by the collection, in it she has a craft background with circles or big dots. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what that paper basically is. It's just a different geometric shape.
Yep. And she does have a multicolor hexagon that's got little small hexagons on it too. And so I feel like that was kind of the replacement piece.
Yep, that would work as well.
So the next one, again, based on the colors, however, it's kind of like this mixed media grunge piece. It's got the light blue, green, and this one's kind of a lime green, so it doesn't quite fit perfectly, but the red.
Oh yeah, very nice.
The back is teal.
Oh, that's perfect.
So
That's
I could
perfect.
use either.
Yeah.
Next one I added, this one has kind of I added because I have a boy. I added it because I have a boy. That's why I did it. Poker chips.
Okay.
This red's different. It's a more of a maroon red, but it has the other colors on it. It says I'm lucky or M lucky, A lucky, M lucky. I don't know why there's letters in there, but it says lucky.
Which fits with poker chips, right?
Mhm.
I like that one has the darker blue in it. She does have almost like a navy that runs through the collection, so that's a good introduction of that darker color, because I don't think I saw that in any of your other ones.
Right. Okay, last multicolor, very geometric, and it's triangle.
Oh, okay.
I love this piece of paper. I love it. I'm really excited to be able to play with it.
Yeah.
Back is yellow, which actually also works. So don't discount the back of your papers.
Awesome. You've already just right there have a pretty good selection that you can mix and match. Well, not so much the bold patterns, probably not mix and matching, but the B sides work very well.
So that's my multicolor.
And you've got a pretty diverse mix of icons and stuff too. It's a little bit vintagey in some and a very modern in others. So you've got a good range so that you could scrapbook a lot of different types of photos.
I'm excited to scrapbook with this. I have had this printout with all the stuff on it sitting on my desk probably for 6 months, and I haven't made it a priority to make the kit. So when we talked about making a counterfeit kit, I like jumped on it.
Right.
So
that's awesome. And for those of you watching, if this is something that you enjoy, please let us know, because I think I enjoyed the process as well. So I would definitely be willing to do this a little more often if everybody enjoys it.
I guess this next one's considered multicolor, kind of. It's a gradient.
Okay.
So it goes from red to yellow.
And that's very Vicky-ish, because she usually has some type of watercolor mixed media background. That definitely gives a nod to that.
Yep. Okay, ready for the reds?
Okay, hit me with them.
This one's kind of a pinky red.
Okay.
Very bright. A background also works.
Okay.
It reminds me of those styrograph. What is it called?
Spirograph.
Yes.
Spirograph. Yeah.
Yep.
Now that looked like, were those Stampin' Up papers?
It doesn't say it in the corner. Oh yeah, it is. Yep, it's a Stampin' Up. Nice call.
Yeah, I remember that collection. That's been around for a while. That's got to be at least 12 years old, if not older.
Well, so I buy a lot of my individual sheets secondhand with garage sales and that kind of thing. So I probably picked it up at a garage sale.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I probably picked it up for the backside, the spirograph little things.
Right.
Okay, next red is from a paper pad, but it's an old school paper pad, a textured thick cardstock. I don't know if you had this one, where it was just a whole bunch of these kind of distressed patterns.
Okay.
And so I got, I think, 1 or 2 of those in here.
Okay. That's a good one to match up against your multicolored for sure.
And when we look at Vicky's kit, she's got kind of a red with ornate design next to the craft paper. I don't know if you the same image. So that kind of relates to that one.
Right.
Orange is a hard color. I don't have a lot of orange. Do you have a lot of orange?
I don't. I don't have a lot of orange. And the orange that she has in the collection runs on the yellow side. And
Yeah.
I seem to have a lot of the really super orangey orange, like the pumpkin orange,
Yeah.
very, almost neon bright kind of thing, which is kind of funny because I don't naturally gravitate towards that. So yeah, orange is definitely a tricky color.
That's funny. So I have a lot of the peachy orange.
Oh yeah, I've got that too.
Last couple years, that's been the orange.
Yeah.
So I did find a peachy orange, which I think still matches the collection, but it has bees on it.
Oh, okay. Well, the bees is a good fit for honey.
Yep. And this is current ink. I don't know. There's nothing on the back, but in the lower right-hand corner, where Stampin' Up! Puts their image, which drives me
Yeah,
nuts.
I know,
Don't
me
put
too.
on a pattern paper. So current ink. And then paper pad. This is Vicky. This is one of those papers I was like, yes, it has to go in this. This is Vicky Booten all the way, but it's not Vicky Booten. It is like fire. It looks like
Oh
fire.
yeah. Yeah.
So cool. So it's the yellow, the orange, and the red kind of looks like fire. I don't just really like it.
It's modeled together. Was that from a paper pad as well?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know what paper pad. I got it probably secondhand, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Next one is from Doodlebug, and I picked it for the yellow.
Oh, okay.
This yellow, at least in her collection, kind of looks like a golden yellow.
Yep.
And then I didn't have very many golden yellows. I had more bright yellows.
Yep.
So closest golden yellow was from a Fall Friends. So I think this collection was kind of fall, right? It had
kind of has that vibe to it, with the oranges and the leaf prints, and it just kind of had, and I think they had owls in there too, which also you tend to think of fall, Halloween owls. I don't know why we do, but we kind of do.
Yep. Although her owls are very bright, happy colored.
Yeah.
Fall line. So it's very basic. It's just like a little tone on tone crosshatch.
Right. Yeah.
Back side is trees. So I could use this if I wanted to do a fall page, but I really picked it for the yellow. Then I went to the bee theme again. It's a yellow background with white hexagon outline.
Okay.
And that's my yellow. So I feel like I went hardcore on the multicolor because I feel like those are the papers I'm going to use first. But then the supporting papers, I guess, the B-sides or whatever, have like one or two of each color, so.
But there's nothing that says when you go to work with this that you can't pull from your stash.
Right. Okay, green. This was a hard color to match.
Very hard.
Like deep green. It's deep green, almost aqua. So I guess I call it 2 greens and then 4 aquas, but really I feel like they just kind of match. I don't know. So I think this is from Bella Boulevard. Not Bella Boulevard. Yeah, Bella Boulevard, I think. They came out with these paper packs that had the kind of ornate side and then a polka dot side. And it's kind of like a base.
Yeah. That totally looks like a Vicky kind of paper. The only thing different probably would be her dots would be bigger because she likes to go big.
The next green is very ornate. I don't know where it came from. It was definitely a secondhand deal.
Okay.
But it's like a very dark green with a lighter green pattern on top.
It looks a little like it runs a little on the olive side.
Yes. It's definitely more of an olive instead of a teal. But it matched some of my multicolor papers. So I put it in there. You have to, not only do you want to try to match the Wildflower and Honey, you want to match your multicolors too, so you can actually use them.
Exactly. I did the same thing.
Then this is kind of teal. Again, they all kind of look the same to me. I don't know. It's hearts on like a
linen or denim background almost.
Yeah. Yep. So like that. And then another piece from the Steampunk Debutante. It's the green that they have in that. So it coordinates. I actually picked it up for that side, but the back side has cut-up hearts again. That's kind of cool.
Okay. Yeah. Gotta love
Um,
graphic 45's kind of parts. They're gorgeous.
yes, yes. So that's fun. And then another teal. This one's definitely teal.
Oh, that one definitely has a vintage look to it.
Yeah.
Vintages and older cardstock, probably like 2010.
Yeah. Yep. Paper pad probably too, because it's really thin. But it's got that little piece on the right side of the paper right
Yep.
here that has a bird, which is in our collection. It's got these little
Yep.
ticket things at the top. I like that match.
So would you use that? Would you use that piece as like the base layer for a layout?
I don't know. It depends.
Okay.
What I could do is, cut that part out to make it as an embellishment and then use the rest as like a piece of paper on the layout. So
Layering piece. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm onto the blues. Okay, hang on though. We gotta back the train up. This color, I had one piece of this color, and it's from 2019, which is the same time that Vicky Booten came out with the Wildflowers and Honey.
Yeah.
And it's from Amy Tangerine's Brave and Bold.
Okay.
I stole this out of a collection pack from the same, but I could get this dang color because I wanted this color really bad in my kit.
Is that color in any of your multicolored pieces?
No. Well, I guess if you no, I don't care
Not
though.
really. Which is fine. Which is fine. I had some of those struggles as well where it was like I ended up with a color that didn't really go with anything else. And it was like, do I leave it in? Do I not leave it in? If you want to find out, you have to watch on Wednesday, shameless plug.
But I was so frustrated trying to find this color in anything. I didn't have it in my teal section. I didn't have it in any other collections.
Right.
Only the Brave and Bold by Amy Tangerine.
Well, so what made you think to go look there? Because you were primarily focusing on your colored cardstock, right? Like your stuff that you'd sorted by color?
Yes. So I'm looking behind me because that's where my thing is. I originally had gone through, I've got like a little cube section of collections that I've kept together because I like the color scheme. So I went through that first and I was like, no. And then I looked down to my left where I have some layouts that I need to put away. And I saw this color and I was like, wait, that's Brave and Bold. That's Brave and Bold. So I found it.
That's awesome.
So I don't think that's in my teal count. But the reason I was so adamant about it was because it's right here on this piece of paper from the collection. Yeah. And this is not the same color. Like these are two different colors.
Very different.
They're very, dark. They're different.
Yeah. One runs more blue. The other is definitely green.
Yes. So I wish they would come back out with this color because I love it.
The dark green is really fun. I think we should see more dark green and more dark blue, like a navy. But I also think that if they do that, that doesn't mean everything needs to be dark. Do you know what I mean? Like I'd like to see them balance it with still bright, cheerful colors because I don't want to go completely somber. Well,
I think this collection does that really well because you have the bright red, the bright orange, the bright yellow.
And then you have those darker colors to provide some contrast, which is what I love.
Yes. Yeah. So it was an aha moment, but also like really frustrated going through my stash and finding only one piece of paper for that color.
I was gonna say, or the other thing is to be on the lookout for that color and see if if maybe there's some other stuff that you can purchase to supplement that color in your stash.
Now on the blue, my nice light blue. And then I've got a stripe in the same color on the background or on the back side. So that's good to have a little bit of variety. And then I just randomly I think I found this actually in my black and white section. This is the back. So it's a white background with black florals. I didn't pick it for that though. I picked it for this side because it's very light blue on one side and then a little person on the left or on the right, excuse me.
Well, that's interesting because the backside definitely would fit with her page that she has like a black and white floral or off-white and black floral. So definitely has that vibe.
Yes. Okay. Ready for the black and whites?
Sure. Hit me.
Yeah. Hit me. Yeah. Black with white chicken wire.
Okay. Is that basic, right? Is that
Yeah,
basic?
no, this is a Graphic 45 Farmhouse Collection.
Let me just.
And I tried to find a white background with the black outline on the florals. Well, I found a black background with the white outline, kind of.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This vibe, though, on this paper, I feel like really matches that first paper with the multicolor, like the style of the floral.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and then my final paper, I was actually sorting through cardstock that I was gifted and hadn't seen this. It is kind of a cream.
Yeah.
With a little bit of an ornate flower in the bottom and then a bee. Yeah, that's my paper.
So you went full out. Did you pull embellishments and stuff as well?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So
You went all in. You went
I
all in.
went all freaking in. I found color coordinating cardstock.
Good.
And I cut it down by 2.5 inches so it could fit through my sidekick.
Okay.
And I die cut and stamped.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
So much stuff. So these are probably my favorite. It's a new die to me. I don't know if you
Oh,
can see.
wow. Yeah, they're butterflies, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then they also came along with mini butterflies.
Okay. Yeah.
So I have that in that teal color and then in black. I
Okay.
did not do all of the colors because it was frankly a pain in the butt.
Yeah. I love it in black. I love it in black.
Isn't that fun?
That's gonna pop on some of those layers for sure.
Yes, yes. And then I stamped some flowers that were layering flowers. So I got the whole range of colors. So I can fussy cut those later. And then I just stamped the outline because Vicky's really big into her outlines on her flower.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this flower is really good for her. Like this is her style flower.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's quite iconic of her.
Mm-hmm. And then I was looking at the things that I saw, like notepads and journaling cards and that kind of thing. So I had a die that made a clipboard. And so
she loves her clipboards.
So that's her clipboard.
Yeah,
but,
that's great.
I ink blended the background of the clipboard so it's multicolor and then put the piece of paper that coordinates on top in white.
Very cool. I love that die as well. And I suppose that's another garage sale find.
No, I bought that one new from my local scrapbook store.
Okay.
I don't remember what company though. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm sure if you type in Google clipboard die or something like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it came out last year as part of a Valentine's because it's got a little heart on the clipboard part.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then I am obsessed with hot air balloons. Obsessed. And I felt like this is the perfect collection to do a cool, simple, cool hot air balloons. So I played with a new die.
Oh, okay. Very fun.
So I've got 3 different hot air balloons.
Yep. Very nice. So you did kind of get to play with the collection already and making the embellishments. That's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then I stamped some jars because I thought I saw some mason jars. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. But they're also color coordinated.
Yeah.
And I'll cut them out later. I didn't want to cut. I hate fussy cutting. So if I don't have to, I will not. And then I was trying to like determine which distress oxide inks, like in the very beginning, I guess these are the first ands. Distress oxide inks would coordinate with the collection. So I actually, instead of just swiping or whatever, I made some flowers. So I have additional colors.
Okay.
In little flowers.
Yeah.
That way I wasn't wasting my time. I was still making an embellishment.
Right. Very cool.
And then
I love your enthusiasm.
I texted you. I was like, I cannot wait to play while I was making all of these embellishments.
That's awesome.
I'm really excited. So I did the Pink Fresh Connect and Create or something like that, whatever their yearly thing is. And I got my first stamp, stencil, and layering die or whatever.
Ooh, how did you like those?
So this was last year. Love them. I'm obsessed now with them. Um, so now I think I have 3 of them. They're expensive to get
They
the whole
are.
thing.
They are.
So I only have 3, but I used
Very pretty.
lots and
Yeah.
lots. I just stamped them all out,
And
and colored them.
and what's nice with the stencils that it gives you such a professional look. Like those look like store-bought
Yes.
dies. Very nice.
So that's 6 flower clusters. And then because I was like, well, in her collection, she's got white flowers. I just have a couple that are in white.
Oh, perfect. She likes
So
to do that. That's kind of another one of her signature white florals. I guess so the idea is you can color them yourselves or just to give some contrast to all the bold colors that she's got going on.
Yep. Yep. And then in my mason jar, I can put little flowers.
Oh, cool. You could also cut out some of those butterflies and put them in. Those would be fun in the little mason jars, especially if your son is a kid who likes to play outdoors and collect insects and stuff.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. That's fun. He's a little too young still to be doing that. He just likes his car.
Okay.
That's all this car.
Is your plan to have this collection like sitting on your desk or are you
I'm
gonna tuck
definitely
it away for a bit?
Well, so my plan is to definitely play with it. So to be fair, we're filming this at the beginning of March. My March sketch layout is coming out on the 3rd week. So I'm planning on using it for that for sure. Because I already filmed the other ones. As a YouTube creator, we have to film very far in advance, people. Sorry.
Yep.
Play with this a little bit. Probably in the sketch week of March.
Okay, cool.
Can't wait to play. So a little plug, it'll be in the upper right hand corner. Okay,
Yeah.
and then this is something I have not done in a very long time. I went through my color binder and then I have a drawer system that's color coded because this is a net new kit, right? How else am I supposed to get ephemera? Like there's
Right.
no collection pack, there's nothing. So I had to go through my color binder and I found things like tags that match. And I pre-punched some flowers for another project and just stuck them in. And then
Yeah.
I've got chipboard pieces, so I just have a bag
Yeah.
full. So, and then
This is a mega kit.
it's a mega kit. Okay. Happy coincidence, very happy coincidence. This matches the Elena collection by 49 Market.
Okay, yeah.
So I have this, which I have yet to break into.
Yeah.
So the reds, the teals, the blues, the greens, even like this matches. It just doesn't have the yellow.
Yeah.
And then 49 Market Ancestry Sunburst film strips match this.
Oh, perfect. You can't get any better than that.
Teal, red, orange, yellow.
Awesome.
So if you have that collection, it's gonna match this.
Right. So in other words, go pull from there.
Yeah. I mean, and they do a whole bunch of mixed media on their pages too. It's not the same style, but
Right. Right.
I went through my sticker binder too. So I got cute little stickers and I have them on some scrap release paper.
Okay.
I have 2 sheets of that. I kept finding all this color scheme in a whole bunch of different companies, right?
Yeah.
So I got Echo Park, Heidi Swap, Stampin' Up, like everything. And then I have been needing to play with Flair. So I pulled a couple packs of Flair.
Nice. Good job.
Last item that I have are stencils. And I've never played with these kinds of stencils before. They are paper stencils, like cardstock.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, they're by Faber-Castell, I think.
Sure, but there's a hexagon.
Yeah,
and
I have those same ones. They're kind of nice because they're very inexpensive. And the thing is, especially if you use them with like paint and stuff like that, over time they'll build up layers and they become just like a plastic stencil in the long run. So they actually do last quite well. quite a while if you're careful with them. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's something on the packages that says that you're supposed to put like a gel, or I'm probably gonna put gesso.
Yeah, gesso, or if you did like a Mod Podge or something
Yeah,
like that, matte medium, just to give it a little bit of protection.
right. So that's going in my kit though. So it's
Yeah.
gonna stay there until I'm done playing with this.
Yeah. The other nice things about those types of stencils is they are basically just like a thick cardstock. Is after a point in time, if you're tired with them, there's nothing that says you can't then use them as a layering piece on a scrapbook layout. So once they have all been grunged up and stuff like that, yeah.
That's fun. So yeah.
Well, I am super impressed. Your kit is like your kit's amazing. I'm afraid now I've sent everybody to Wednesdays, Wednesdays, and they're going to be like, "That's it, Melanie. That's all you did."
Well, to be fair, I have been wanting to play with this for a long time. You had like a couple weeks to look at this, and maybe this isn't your color scheme. I don't know. I was very forceful in saying I want to do this one. So
No, it's totally cool. We'll talk about my approach and what I'm going to do with the kit and how I'm going to handle it on Wednesday's call. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to pull stuff out. So got you thinking and looking at your stash in a different way.
absolutely, absolutely. And I'm just really excited to play. So I hope somebody joins along with the fun. If you think I missed something, let me know. I don't think I did, but you never know. Some people might add embroidery floss or buttons, or, I could absolutely go in my stash and grab whatever I wanted for that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you think I missed something, let me know.
Like some sprays and some texture paste and you got to fully embrace the Vicky here.
Yes. So, well, I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.